I want to get your response. Markets, at least futures, I should say, deep in the red right now. I want to get your word of the day and what you think is causing this action in the pre-market.
Oh, there's probably a lot of things causing this action in the pre-market, but my word of the day is skims. You know, it's right. We're right in holiday season. Everybody's thinking about retail. And so retail brands, especially apparel brands, really need to take notes from Kim Kardashian's brand Skims. So first, she renamed the athleisure, the athleisure space Lounge, and it's selling out like hotcakes, right? So second, she's the queen of brand collabs. She had a brand collaboration with Dolce & Gabbana, with North Face. She drops a new collab, everything sells out within 30 minutes. And her product drop strategy is genius. So these brands need to take note.
All right, so the brand, that's your word of the day on the retail sector specifically, and other companies as well. Markets lower right now when it comes to futures. How do you see the rest of this trading day shaping up? And what do you think about just that the hawkish cut by the Fed? How do you see that impacting the markets going forward, specifically those cyclical sectors? We were talking earlier, industrials now lower since the election, materials down double digits since the election.
Yeah, so listen, I think that we saw a reaction in the markets right after the election results. And so, I think I was on right around that time. And I think I said then, this is like a knee-jerk reaction to what we think is going to happen, what we think the incoming administration is going to do. But I think now we're seeing some things kind of level out. And I think that this is the volatility may continue. And I think it's really going to kind of continue into next year when the new administration kind of takes gets into place and we really see the shakeout of what's really going to happen. So listen, I think that a lot of Wall Street nerds, as I call us, are really projecting growth for next year. But I do think that we're going to see some volatility in the short term and over the medium term as well. All
right, let's get to your pick of the day. What's your pick and why?
So I know you just had on someone talking about Nike, but my pick is Nike. And, they just dropped earnings. They beat on the top and the bottom line for the quarter, but revenue year over year was down. And so listen, here's the one thing that Nike cannot do. Nike cannot not sell sneakers, right? So sneaker sales were down 13% last quarter in store and online, and down 3% from their wholesalers. They forgot who they were. They focused on online sales and discounts, which really hurt them. And so this new CEO, Elliott Hill, has this really clear plan to turn things around. He started off, I think it's really cool, as a Nike intern. So he remembers who Nike is. So they're now going to focus on sport and performance, which is their lane, right? And they're also going to focus on supporting their distribution partners, the Foot Lockers, the Dick's, the world. And it's going to take some time, but if you are an investor who's buying Nike for your retirement portfolio, you have some time. Long-term investors have some time. And right now, Nike is almost 30% down. It is on sale.
All right. One last question before we let you go, Tiffany. PCE is coming up later today. Core PCE expected to tick up just 1 basis point. For someone that's investing in the equity markets, is that concerning? Does that concern you not only about sentiment, but what that could mean for the Fed's path going forward?
Yeah. So listen, we hope that the hope was that the Fed was going to cut 3, and now I think like the dot plot says the anticipation is about 2. And we really want the Fed. We're really paying attention to the rate at which the Fed is cutting. So yes, of course, PCE is the one metric that the Fed really pays attention to when it is cutting rates, when it's making decisions about policy. So yeah, I think that we will see a reaction to this, but the hope is that the long term things are going to kind of level out, and we're going to stay on that path for those three rate cuts.